Lagrange traffic, Warrior 605, downwind 45, runway 31. Lagrange.
213 Whiskey X-ray, Atlanta approach, Atlanta altimeter 3032.
Lagrange traffic, 400 Lima pump, left base, runway 31, Lagrange, full stop.
Are you nervous?
To fly?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You nervous that I'm flying?
No.
You excited?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went flying?
In a small airplane?
Yeah.
10 years ago?
How old you then? 14? 15?
Okay, maybe more than 10 years ago.
How old were you?
I was like 11.
Yeah, that's like 14 years ago.
Alright, take the boom, put it right in front of your mouth. Talk for me.
S.
There you go.
2, 1, 2.
Am I loud enough to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weather, wind, 320 at 3. Visibility, 10. Clear, below, 12,000. Temperature, 13 Celsius. Dew point, -11. Altimeter, 3032.
Alright. That's just our weather. Then we're going to do a brakes test, okay?
Lagrange traffic, Warrior 44605 is entering left downwind
Brakes
runway
are good.
31 Lagrange.
Attitude indicator. Huh?
Are you ready?
Yep. Lagrange traffic, November 8098 Mike, taxiing runway 31 via Alpha. Lagrange traffic. See where he's doing. Alright, he's turning in. This is what we call pilot control. So we all just have to coordinate to actually keep everything safe. We don't have a tower. And there's 2,000. There's my drop. Back to both. There's my drop. Alright. Far enough. Lagrange traffic, November 8098 Mike, departing runway 31, departure to the north. Lagrange traffic. Ready?
And Lagrange traffic, Warrior 605 is left crosswind 31 Lagrange.
Lagrange traffic, Warrior 6224 Juliet, turning left base, runway 31, Lagrange.
Airspeed's a lot. Engine is in the green. And we're airborne. And VY 76.
Lagrange traffic, Warrior 605, turning downwind, runway 31, Lagrange. Lagrange traffic, Warrior 6224 Juliet, short final, runway 31, Lagrange.
Alright, Jessica. We're airborne. What you think?
Bumpier than I expected.
It'll get smoother when we get higher.
LaGrange traffic, Warrior 605, turning base, runway 31, LaGrange.
To hold still.
I can only do so much. But if you look straight ahead, see that brown strip right there?
Yeah.
That's Carrollton. That's the airport that we're headed to. I've landed there before, and if you look off, you may not be able to see it. No, you can't. That direction is Alexander City. If you look,
Altimeter 3032.
there's Anniston. There's Alexander City.
3032, 170.
Again, it's amazing,
November
especially
702
somebody hasn't flown before,
3032.
how much you can actually see when you just get up a couple thousand feet
Yeah.
on a clear day.
This is a clear day for sure.
Yes, it is.
Departure 740 Kilo 2.5, climb 3000, runway heading 26, Fulton County.
740 Kilo, land departure ident, maintain 3000.
Yeah, 3000, 740 Kilo.
Seven 740 Kilo, you were to contact 3 west of county, contact departure 125.7, they'll up higher for you.
57, thank you.
Oh,
That's Jet. Where?
down there.
Where?
Way down there.
I can't see you.
I know.
Rate
You're
098,
gonna
Mike,
see it on your
no
side.
factor, red on service terminates, clock 1200,
Oh,
change
little
your
white.
frequencies approved.
Way down.
Cartersville traffic, Warrior 8098 Mike. We're in the left downwind and runway 1, Cartersville.
Falcon traffic, Cessna 29er Sierra, left down on runway 31, Falcon.
Cartersville Skyhawk, left base, runway 1.
Cartersville traffic, Skyhawk 1127, Delta is turning into the left downwind 01, Cartersville traffic.
Falcon traffic 352 Sierra Papa is turning base. Runway 31, Falcon. Falcon traffic 3520 Sierra Papa is turning final. Runway 3.
Cartersville traffic, November 8098 Mike. Left base, runway 1, Cartersville.
Falcon traffic, Cessna 29er Sierra, left.
Cartersville traffic, November 8098 Mike. On final, runway 1, Cartersville.
Carsville traffic, Skyhawk 1127, Delta is turning left, left base for runway 01, Carsville traffic. Carsville traffic, Skyhawk 1127 on final 01, Carsville.
Carsville traffic, Warrior. November 8098 Mike, cleared runway 1, Carsville. Keep saying Warrior because that's what I've been flying so much. Alright, after landing, checklist, flaps up, car beat off, fuel pump off, light off, taxi is required, bit of heat off, mixture as required, we'll lean in a little bit, grab set, take off.
Hello everybody, it's Micah. Thanks again for watching this video. I do appreciate your support both in your views, your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. But of course, if you are a member of the Flight Club, I want to thank you personally for joining and for supporting me financially. It is because of you I'm able to create these type of videos. These flights is because you are supporting me. So again, out from the heart, I want to say thank you. Now on to the topic of the alternator. I want to go a little bit more in depth of kind of what happened. When we were on our way back from Cartersville to LaGrange, one of the things we noticed before it even took off was our 6-pack, that is our airspeed indicator, altimeter, vertical speed indicator, heading indicator, attitude indicator, and turning coordinator. All of their backlights, the instrument lights for those 6-pack, were not functioning. So before we even left the ground, we called up the aircraft owner and asked, hey, you know, we've noticed that this is not coming on. We've turned on the lights. Everything else is coming on. Is there something we are missing? We were informed that no, we're not missing anything, and that they had just kind of forgotten that we were going to be flying back at night, and that those were not functioning. So they informed us there's a couple things we could do. We could have, you know, if we had a headlamp, we could use that. If we had an overhead, you know, they had an overhead light and a red light as well, and we could use those. So we went on. That should have been a little bit more of a red flag, I think, than it was at the time. But I figured if they already knew about this issue, it's probably something that is just a loose connection or something they're working on. So I turned on my headlamp on the red setting and we moved on. About when we got back over Carrollton, I noticed my left wing strobe was flashing irregular. My right wing strobe was flashing correctly. It was, you know, flashing like this about every, I would say 3 or 4 seconds. I don't know the actual interval, but my left wing strobe would like flash once and then be 6-8 seconds and then flash twice. And then sometimes it just wouldn't flash for like 20 seconds and randomly flash again. That was our second kind of indicator that something maybe wasn't quite right. Finally, right before the alternator actually failed and we got our alternator warning light and our ammeter went to 0, I noticed that on my OBIs, which are basically what we use for VORs and ILS approaches, that the lights all of a sudden went dim, and then, no joke, 2 to 3 seconds later, alternator light came on. Ammeter 0. You know, I'm looking at it, I recognized the alternator light just came on. I recognized the ammeter just went to 0, and it kind of hit me like a brick wall. You just had a failure. You just had a serious failure. You just lost your alternator. Now, if it was during the day, it really wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But because we're flying at night, that alternator supplies power to the battery, charges the battery, and in turn, it supplies all of our lights, it supplies all of our radios, our GPS, turn coordinator, any of the electrical systems, fuel gauges, all of it. I mean, you can still function without an alternator. You can function without electricity. The engine's not going to quit. It's going to keep running because it's on magnetos. But it's at night with no lights. So I was on the radio with Atlanta Approach, and I had issues contacting them. I could hear them pretty fine, pretty good, but I couldn't contact them sometimes. And we switched a couple of frequencies. I was getting concerned that maybe I wasn't going to be able to get contact. I finally was able to get in contact with them maybe 2-3 minutes after I started trying. And it turns out, and I didn't really think about this at the time, but when I got back to LaGrange, it kind of hit me. The reason why I was able to contact them was because every time I was trying to contact them, the alternator was out. And so, I'll explain a little more. What was happening was the alternator would be out for maybe 2 minutes, come back for 30 seconds, go out again. And this kept happening, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. 15 minutes out from LaGrange, about that time frame, the alternator light just kind of went off and came back on, and it was just kind of back and forth. And I finally got in contact with the Land Approach again, and I was able to say, hey, I'm having an alternator issue. They asked, hey, you need assistance? And I was like, no, we're going to continue the LaGrange, because I knew we had enough battery power, 20 to 30 minutes of battery power. That's just if it completely quit, right? So I knew we could make it to LaGrange with power. Once we got close to LaGrange and descended, the alternator came back on and stayed on until after we landed. I don't know to this day exactly what happened, but I think it's either going to be a short or a loose connection somewhere between the alternator and the electrical system. One thing I didn't try was turning off the alternator, turning it back on. Hindsight is 2020, right? So that's something I probably should have tried. I did check circuit breakers. I turned off all unnecessary electronics, including secondary radios, unnecessary lights, turned strobes off, not necessary for this aircraft. So I tried multiple different things, reducing power, increasing power, just to try to get the power to kind of stay on. Nothing seemed to work, but we made it back safely. My wife is safe, I am safe, the airplane is safe, and she's willing to go back up in the sky, I'm willing to go back up in the sky, and ultimately that aircraft will go back up in the sky. So again, thanks for watching, and I appreciate your support and assistance in all the different ways that you do. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time up in the sky.